What were some moments in your career where you were given that opportunity? Because I can tell you mean what you say, and you're very passionate about, passing the torch or passing the baton or giving somebody a chance.
100%.
What were some opportunities that you had in the past, or some people that really were served as a mentor or advocate or even a sponsor for you to try out the thing?
I think that is so important. Thank you for even recognizing that, because there have been so many opportunities, even from the very beginning when I started as a new business intern reporting to a CMO. I had a CMO who didn't even live in Atlanta at the time. He was bi-coastal. He was coming in and out. And it just, the trust and the independence to say, I trust you because I hear you asking the right questions. You're trying to find the right resources, and I'm going to give you this freedom to grow. I think that's what started my just passion and love for creating space and creating opportunities for people. I'm really blessed to have a lot of really great mentors and sponsors. And specifically at Martin, when I joined, we had a CEO, Kristen Cavallo at the time, and our CCO, Danny Robinson, who's now our CEO.
Yes, he is. Shout out to Danny.
Shout out to Danny. He's an incredible leader, and he just lets you be. And he just reminds you that you are here for a reason, and you are here we trust you to do that job, and we trust you to lead with whatever the tools you have and need to do to lead. And you need people who can empower you in that way to just be you. And for me, I've always been one of the youngest representatives of new business. I've always been like the only Black woman.
Yeah.
And so for me, like, executive presence didn't look the same as it had for a whole bunch of people before me. And so finding people along my journey, and there's so many people I could name from BBDO and 22 Squared and the Martin Agency and my communities just in this industry who have really protected me and supported me, but they allowed me to, how does this work for you? What is Courtney's way of doing it so that it can be the most authentic way of me showing up in this role? And I'm so grateful for people who just put me in the room, and I would text them a thought, they'd say it out loud. Or I would ping them on the side. They said, I support you. Say it. I agree with you. It's smart.
Wow.
And so as much as I can do that for other people in the room who are a little bit shyer or maybe not as confident to say, that's a really great idea. You should say that. Even in that micro moment, it makes such a big impact to how people feel in those moments.
You would text someone a thought, and they would say it out
100%.
loud.
Because I didn't feel comfortable. It won't mean anything if it comes from me, from little old me. It was how I used to always envision it. Or they won't relate to me, or I'll have to translate it. Like, there were so many nuances of some of it was just my own maybe false perception of how I thought it would be. So a lot of it, I will admit, was probably self-inflicted. But I needed somebody who was more senior in the room, who had authority, who had agency to say, no, you're good, you're safe, speak up.
Yes.
And we need so much more of that in so many aspects of this world and this lifetime. But
Across
sometimes
everything.
that's all it takes is someone to see you and just encourage you in that way.